So sorry, it was an impressive performance. It looked like you were having your way with him with the ground and pound, and then all of a sudden it seemed that you were anxious to get the submission.
Yeah.
Because you were having great success with the ground and pound. Tell me about what your thoughts were on the ground there.
Do you know what? When I got on the ground, for me, I hate being boring. I always want to come out there and kind of do damage. But what he did was, he did enough to kind of stall what I was doing out. So I felt like I was being a little bit, not overcautious, not over patient, but I wanted more action. So I thought, if you don't give me the strikes, I'll strangle you. And that's what I did. I went to one kind of modified dash choke I catch a lot of guys with. I thought, it's not worth the energy. And then when my guy told me there was a minute left, I told everyone, I'm taking this guy in 1 minute. I don't care whether it's punches or whether it be the grappling. I'm taking the guy at 1 minute. So when he said, 1 minute left, one round, when he said 1 minute left, I was like, right, that's it. I'm hunting for that now. And I got it.
Yeah, and of course it's a historic event. First one in France. You opened the card for Channel 5 in England. Tell me, what that means to you.
You know what? It means everything to me. I mean, the last fight when I fought on the tournament, it was main card, and I've been telling my guys, like, I'm a main card fighter, I'm a high-level guy. A lot of my guys that tune in, they're all watching the Channel 5, and they're like, why are you not on Channel 5, this and that? At the start of the week, I wasn't even supposed to be on Channel 5, and then it's manifested in some way, and I've ended up kind of co-main, if you will, under Congo on on the first MMA card in France, and I feel like this is where I needed to be, and I can showcase to all of my UK fans what I'm capable of, and I feel like this is going to give me that boost I need to becoming world champion, which I have no doubt in my mind I will be world champion.
Well, you definitely made the most of it. We'll take a couple questions from the internet.
Donna?
Hey, Saul, congratulations. A great performance, another first-round victory for yourself. You said in the cage afterwards you would like to be an alternate for the featherweight tournament that's now ongoing. Do you think that that's realistic, considering you were eliminated already?
Do you know what? If you watch my fight with Vital, I mean, it wasn't the most exciting fight in the world, but it was a close decision loss. I mean, I was having my way until I got blocked with one shot at the end of the first that kind of swayed that decision. I beat him up for the 4 minutes, 50 seconds of the first round, got rocked, he stole the round. Second round, I won. Third round, it was back and forth, and he stole it. The other guys who've been knocked out of that tournament, they've been battered, submitted, or dominated. Do you know what I'm saying? I dominated my first guy on Bellator. I've had a run on the European circuit before that. I lost a close decision, lost then. Just strangled my guy now in the first round. I've showed my level. I don't really see many guys in that tournament that deserve the place over me, But if I've got to wait, I'm more than happy to wait. Like I said, I'm a fighter. I believe my talent. Sometimes I might need knocking down a peg or two, but for me, I already see myself as world champion. That means I've got to sit back, win another 2-3 fights before I get the belt. So be it. But if I'm shouting out there and saying I want to be the alternate, I want to be in there, and I want to kind of smash it and take that opportunity, fortune favours the brave. Would you not agree?
Oh no, absolutely. And also, like you said, the featherweight division, regardless whether you get in or not, it's kind of tied up for the moment. The champion could, in theory, have 3 more fights that are already determined. Would you consider maybe, I know that lightweight, he's the same champion, so it would be equally as tight up, but would you consider going up or going down or jumping around weight divisions?
Lightweight, 100%. And you know what? If that comes in, I've already manifested that stuff as well. I was telling my boy when I was cutting weight for this last fight, I was like, you know what? I can do featherweight, but lightweight, I'd shine at that weight too. I'm not a small guy, I walk around big, and I spar with spar with lightweights, I spar with welterweights, all these guys, and they don't outstrength me. I mean, you put me in against someone my size of featherweight, and I usually dominate from start to finish. So if he puts that belt on the line at lightweight, sign me up. I'm there.
Kevin?
Hey, Saul, congrats on the win once again.
Thank you.
Like you said, there's a bit of a delay when it comes to where the featherweight division is going. Do you look on rebooking the fight with Robert Whitford, or do you look somewhere else if you're looking for another fight?
Do you know what? Whiteford's done now. For me, in my opinion, Whiteford's done. I'll give you a couple of reasons why. When my opponent pulled out, before I was in Bellator, he talked all the talk. If I win my fight, I'll fight Saul Rogers, I'll do this, I'll do that. Okay, fine. My manager said, all right, you're going to fight Whiteford. That fight come about. He won his fight, like he said. Yeah, I'll fight him. Kept me waiting. Didn't end up taking the fight. Then we got booked for March. Good, let's go. I'll take the fight. We didn't end up happening with all this stuff that's gone on. Then we got rebooked for now, this one, and it didn't happen. And I'm saying, 3 chances, you've kind of had your chance there now. For me, I'm looking past Whiteford. I want the guys in the tournament, or the guys who are getting knocked out the tournament, because I consider them the best guys in the division, and I feel like they're going to be my closest way to getting the belt.
All right. Another question for me is: are you just restricted to fighting in Europe, or is it possible for you to go to the States to fight?
Do you know what? I've usually got my P1 working visa. I spend a lot of time over at Stanford MMA training for fights over there. But with all this COVID and stuff like that, I've been limited to the UK. I'm in the process of renewing my visa now. I just wanted to get my fight out of the way, get my visa renewed and go. So yeah, in the next couple of weeks, I'll have my visa back renewed and I can fight wherever Bellator want to put me.
Luis
Hi.
Morales.
Hi. Coming off a loss after a year out, how does it feel to get the win in the way you had, and in a such important stage like this?
Do you know what? They needed to calm me down backstage there, and I know to some people this doesn't mean much, but for me this is everything. I sacrificed my life for this game, you know, and losing that last fight in that tournament, that meant everything to me, and being given this opportunity on a card of this magnitude, you know, the first historic MMA event in Paris, it means a lot. So even though I'm quite chilled here inside, I'm kind of bursting with pride, and there's a whole mix of emotions. Beating the guy, beating him kind of first round, being back in the winning column, being on this card, and you know, my name getting thrown back in the mix and being where I belong.
You were the co-main event. Now you're 2-1 in Bellator. How far do you feel the title shot?
Do you know what? Like I said to the last guys, you ask any fighter, they'd be like, I feel like I'm world champ already, and that's what I truly believe. I mean, if they told me there was a dropout in the title shot next week, then I'd be there in a flash. But I'm also a realist, you know. I lost my last fight, the one before this one, so I know if I've got to work my way up another 2 fights, 3 fights even, it is what it is, you know. I'm not going to sit there and cry. There's a lot of guys winning fights who are more deserving, if you will. So, like I say, I'm kind of calling out, saying I want to be the champ, just because if someone pulls out, my name's going to be already up in the mix. All right, we'll give Saul a call. And like you said, this game's a game of chances, and you've got to be ready for anything. But at the same time, I'm more than happy to sit out and kind of take a few more fights and then work my way up. So either way it comes, I'll get it.
We'll take a few more. Lenny, go ahead.
Saul Rogers, how's it going? I couldn't get my words together there.
I'm good. Saul, that's it.
Saul, yeah.
Saul. Like
Yeah,
Saul, Vanessa, my brother, Saul.
So, I'm even English, and I still can't pronounce that.
Bro, you know what? You sound like my boy Tuco. You're a southerner, you 100%.
Yeah, I am. I'm from London, yes.
I'll let you off.
So a lot of guys from Manchester are breaking through the MMA scene right now. You got Kane Moose at Manchester Top Team, and also Lerone Murphy in UFC. They're making waves. And we've got you at SBG Manchester, you know, making through at Bellator. What's the possibility of you pitching the idea to Bellator Europe executive David Green to maybe make Bellator come to Manchester? Maybe you headline the show, or maybe Kane Musa.
You know what's crazy? You say that. Me and my boy was talking about that, saying Bellator's never done a show in Manchester. Correct me if I'm wrong, have they?
I'm not too sure off the top of my head.
No, they've never done a show in Manchester. And I truly believe, I mean, Lerone's in UFC, and then it's a toss-up between me and Kane. But nah, sack that. Kane's a good mate of mine, but Kane, you can be co-main. No way Kane's maining it over me. But yeah, put a show on in Manchester. We'll bring a big crowd. Our main event, my boy Kane can be co-main event, and that's it. 100%. Who do I need to speak to about that? Because I'm telling you, I'm going to get onto someone about that.
It would have to be, I think so, Bellator Europe executive David Green.
Right.
So, because he does the European series and stuff like that.
But do you know what? Would you not agree Bellator needs to come to Manchester?
It would be huge.
That's good. That's the next step. Me and you were going to manifest that one.
So my last question is, so after you got back in track today, what did you learn from your last fight and the loss?
Do you know what? What I learned from that loss was mindset. And in this game, mindset is everything. Your mind can be your best friend or your worst enemy. It's how you control it. You know, when I fought Vichel, my mind wasn't good. You know, I wasn't in a great place. But like, and again, I'm not coming out saying, "Oh, I was injured. I was this. I was that." It was 100% me. I had the absolute best camp I could have asked for. But just sometimes in this game, if your mind's not there, you're not going to perform. So that was my biggest thing from that. I kind of looked myself in the mirror and thought, what do you really want? Do you want to do this? Do you want to be world champion? And I sat down and thought, you know what? I really do. I want to be world champion. I believe in my skill set, and that's what I'm carrying forth now. And that's why I'm screaming for these titles and stuff. In the past, I kind of half said it or said it because that's what was expected from me. But this is the first time in my life I truly feel it in my heart and soul that I want to be and I'm going to be world champion.
Rick Sanchez.
Yeah, congratulations on the fight. My question is, now you won. Now from a year off, and now you won this fight. Do you have any other fighters personally you want to face that's like been too much personal?
Do you know what? I mean, inside the cage, it's all business. There you go. There's a cat's line there, bro. Outside of the cage, now I don't kind of take that animosity with no one. And for me personally, I don't really have any guys who are kind of trying to take it to me. So I couldn't sit there and say, right, I've got a personal vendetta against this guy, or I've got a vendetta against this guy. I just kind of, not to be corny or cliche, but it's not. I don't want to fight who Bellator want to give me. I want to fight the number one contenders. You get what I mean? So whoever loses that title shot, or whoever Bellator are thinking, oh, this is the next guy we're thinking in, like, I want to fight them guys, and if that's the way I've got to work my way up to the belt, then that's it. So without calling any names out, I want to fight whoever Bellator are telling me are the number one contenders, the top boys in the division. Do you know what I'm saying?
Thank you very much for the time, Saul. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.